Claude Deppa, trumpet player, as you can see, from Cape Town. Grew up in Athlone, went to school in Athlone, lived in Guguletu. I was fortunate enough that my parents picked us up and moved us out in 1974. So it's a fortunate movement to go into exile, and I was fortunate that I went into exile with my family. Going to exile is not a easy, quite often it's an easy choice to make, because you're in a position where you go, I need to get out. And to make that decision that I'm going is easy, but to live that decision is the hard bit. And those of us who had music, we had a third leg to help us. But with that third leg came responsibility, because what we did was for liberation. Our struggle, you can't be a South African living in exile and not fighting for change. It was that simple. You know, it's like somebody who's 7'7" and you go, no, you're a basketball player. You know, it was that simple. It's something we did with pride and joy because we knew it was for a good cause. The oppression, the suppression, depression of any human being, no matter where in the world, it's important that we should stand up and fight for injustice like that. Yes, I remember the first encounter very well. I'd been playing trumpet for 2 years, so this is 1979. And Louis Moholo called me, Johnny, Mongezi just passed away a few years before that, 77. And there was this space for a black, and there I was. Louis knew my family. In fact, his mother and my, not paternal grandmother, but my father's stepmother, the saying goes, they knew each other's washing. That's how close they were. And Louis called this gig at Bracknell Jazz Festival. And on the set was Dudu, Johnny, Louis, Harry Beckett, who later became my trumpet teacher. And I was blown away. In fact, I'll be honest and say, I hid. Because the music was so strong. From what I remember, the Blue Notes, when they left, was hard bop. I came into this gig, and there was nothing hard bop. It was contemporary music right at the edge. And it is true when it is said that they were instrumental in developing contemporary music, improvised music in Europe. Yes, it's true. They had an energy. And that came from the days when they played bebop, when they played out. And they could, without even thinking, they could change tunes. It was amazing what that band did. But coming back to the question, my first encounter with Johnny was, it was a big band. And for the first time, I had to listen and create within the ensemble, rather than just reading a chart. And it's taken me to where I am now. That improvised music is very much a strong voice within my playing. I tend to avoid bebop, and in fact, Yuma Sakela is the one who said, there's no need for bebop, Svali. You know? And it's true. Our culture is so strong. We don't need to borrow anything. In London, I'm fortunate that I had the experience of playing all the African bands that were formed in London through the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. I know most of those. I did calypso. I did Afro-Cuban music. So within my playing, there is all of that. But then for all artists in exile, it's impossible to not absorb the other flavors around you. The fact that you are a creator, you will absorb those. And a lot of that comes through in Johnny's music too. I mean, there's one piece we play, and No, it's a live stream. I'll let you out for later for that. But it's a sort of composition that you think of a 1970s Russian comedy show. Boom, 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 boom. And you just go, what? Where did he get that? And then the melody on top is out of Morocco. And it's like, where, how, who? But yes, if you have experienced all those, like he has experienced playing with all those musicians, it's no way it can't come out in your compositions. I will say, I mean, the same with me. I have pieces and they go, Paul, that sounds like a Brazilian maracatu, but it turns into something else. And that is, for me, is the importance of music. First, music is a healing force. Therefore, you will always take it to people. Secondly, music is a migratory force. Every culture has music. And you find that a lot of the time, there is a link. And the minute you find that link, you now want to find out a bit more. What is there else? What else is there? And Johnny did that really well. Johnny, and all artists who were in exile, I feel, are unsung heroes. For the mere fact that, okay, there are different levels of unsung heroes, I must be honest. We can't all be at the highest level. But I shouldn't say we went into exile, we were forced into exile. I know we went to say, look, no, I gotta get out. But we were forced to that position where you had to make that move. Then you get to whichever country you go to, you will never forget your culture, real music. And the one thing we have in South Africa that is world famous is our harmonies. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, there was a cremation. South African. And when you're cremating funerals, just one goes in, out the back door, next one in, out the back door. It's like a conveyor belt. And we were running late, obviously, because we were singing too much. But I came out, I needed to go to the loo. So I came out the wrong way. As I came out, this lady went, South African funeral, isn't it? It's like, yes, I mean, there's no way I could lie. And I said to her, well, what was it? She goes, you're singing, dear, you're singing. And it is that, I mean, when we're born, we sing. When we go to school, they sing. When they get beaten, they sing. You know, we love singing. And the reason our harmony is so strong is when we sing, nobody stretches their voice because you got to sing the high part. No, you find a harmony. You immediately go. You sing to where your voice is strongest, which gives your voice the best tone there is. So South African music is important in influencing all other, I mean, there's so many big artists who've taken off, Paul Simon, there are many who've taken off on that. But also, it is bringing in other flavors, which with Johnny's music, we are trying to do, to show that there are, as exiles, there's other flavors that we've absorbed. And that is what we need to bring home, to show that there is our music. It is valuable. The other day, I did a workshop, and I came into the school, and I was going to pull one of Dollar Brand's tunes, Abdullah Ibrahim's tunes. And I said to the kids, I'm going to teach you this tune. And they went, oh, we know that. I went, where from? Who from? And the music is spreading, and it is being used. And it'll take a while for people to actually acknowledge that actually it is important, that we need to show what our music is doing. But I know it is there. We don't need to say it is there. It is there.